Good evening, beautiful people. So I'm gonna talk about how I reconnected with this cool kid who is me. I consider myself very privileged because I grew up in times when internet was actually cool and it was like kind of stupid also, you know. And one of the iconic things you could do on the internet was to have a blog. So I had many of them. Like I would have a diary, I would have my emo blog, I would have my Tumblr mood board, and I also had fashion blog. Fashion blogs were like I would say very popular thing to do, and girls and boys did them around the world. You know, so you could follow bloggers from the US, from Sweden, from Italy. There were bloggers also from Prague. And there was also one blogger from this very small place called Hrušovany u Brna, which was me. And I really thought like like I'm killing it. Um, I just took my little outfits and I went like to the fields with my dog and with the camera, and I was taking these pictures. And I guess I was inspired by this American blogger. Her name is Tavi Gavinson. Now she's an actress and a writer. And she was the same age as I was, so 12, 13. And she was like doing these kooky outfits, and like she actually got to the first rows at like fashion shows in Paris and London and everything. And I was like, I'm gonna do that too, like that's my destiny. And somehow it did on very local, like on a local version, because they invited me to H&M showroom here at Václavské náměstí. And like they invited me like I don't know, like 3 times, and they invited me even like to for these like opening parties, whatever. And I took my friends, and we always like took so many clothes for free. And my job was to like take pictures in it and post it online. It was like the pre-influencer era, I guess. Anyway, I was not a good influencer because then like they kind of cut me off. Anyway, yeah, so delusion, baby, that's one thing. And like I guess because of what I saw the creativity kind of can bring for me personally, I decided to enroll into the high school where I studied fashion design, which means we basically just like studied how to sew clothes. And again, delusional, I thought I'm gonna be a fashion designer. Like studying a high school is gonna make me become one. I'm gonna be so famous and rich. And like I was really bad at sewing. Like it was I don't know, like I was bad at sewing, and I also couldn't really come with like nice clothes. The thing is, I wanted to like sew clothes that I saw in the shop, and the teacher was not really happy about it. But one thing that was kind of nice was that I enjoyed drawing. So I started drawing. It was kind of easy. It was just the paper and some basic tools. And when I was deciding about where I'm going to study university, I decided to study illustration. So I like left the region, I left my hometown, left the family, and I guess this is like universal for all queer people, that suddenly you start to like and like you start seeing yourself for the first time properly. And I realized I'm super shy actually. And also I was like excited about being in a super queer place as a faculty of arts, and it was kind of conservative, and I was just not, it was not it, babe. So that was happening. I was like having panic attacks going to the house parties and everything. And after 3 years of studying, when I was finishing the BA, like a small thing happened, like just a detail. I realized I'm super trans, so I had to like deal with that. And yeah, it happened when I like took this walk in the village, like with the trees around me and everything. And I was crying so much, but that's like when the journey started. Yeah. And I was finishing the university, doing the MA, and I wanted to like present what's going on with me, what's happening with my queerness into what I do, I mean, the drawing. And I was not really able to do it But then when I was supposed to do my diploma work, I decided I just want to do a book about trans and non-binary people from the world. So I did that, and I was really happy that I finished the school with something that mattered to me, and that finally I could like do something queer. And I like offered the book to the publishing house Paseka, and they decided to publish it. But I will speak about it later. After the diploma work, I went for internship to Italy, to the region that's called Castelli Romani. It's very close to Rome, and I met really, really cool people. Like I met people who were interested in the same topics as I was. They had the right words. They were not afraid to speak about it. They were very active, and they were doing presentations, workshops, book presentations about things like, like about feminism and human rights, basically. And I really enjoyed it, and I started feeling like kind of cozy with my identity, and it felt good. You can see I was very much in my non-binary phase with that photo and the glasses. So that was the journey, and I did 3 months, and then life kicked in. So this is me in my first work, which is reception at the hotel. Terrible, terrible, terrible. I really felt like I already felt like I'm a super, super cutesy girl, and it was not the safest place to be. But like it gave me a lot of time to actually draw, because like nothing was really happening, and I was doing. This is my book. That's a mistake. Sorry. No, this is originally the diploma work, and then the other one is the published book that I was speaking about as the diploma. So I could continue on that while working there, and I also received this opportunity to do a little comics. It was like offered by Festival of Illustration called Luster here in Prague, but the publisher is called Kush, and they are Latvian publisher. And because the Kush comics are for adults, I was able to do comics I could tell a story about what's going on in my life, what I'm thinking about. So I wanted to show me sitting at the reception being annoyed, showing also the trans body, to show what do I like to do, which is dancing, and then eating croissant when I'm going home from the club. That's just like continuation of bringing the queerness into the drawing. I was able to quit the job, luckily, and at the same time, I actually, by a really nice mistake or accident, I got into an organization team of Pilsen Pride, and suddenly I realized why people like to go to the summer camps, or they like to play sports, because you actually are yourself around people with who you feel safe. So it was really nice to just hang around and do these activities and do a little bit of production. And I hosted this small exhibition of queer illustrators that I know. And I also met a lot of people, and I made a lot of new friends, and it was really cute. And I also could do some drawing, some posters. So again, I could share the queerness in the graphic form. And I guess because of that, because of the Pilsen Pride organizing, I was invited to this really cute week workshop in Catalonia with the gayest people you could imagine, and it was so nice. I don't think we were even shy in the beginning, maybe one hour we were shy, and then we would have dinner, and we would talk, and we would kiki, and we did all these activities together, and every time we could, we would just dance. And I guess it was nice to experience being a trans girl and not do it like extraordinarily, like don't care about the makeup or the clothes. People just accepted you as you were. And I guess it just kind of led me to start the pills, baby, the hormones. And I'm really happy that I did, like because as a trans person, you really do put a lot of effort into your daily life. Like you really, at least in the beginning, you really do a lot of work, how you present yourself, you really control yourself. It's really like, it takes a lot of energy out of you. So then when you like have something that kind of works for you and you can chill, it's really nice. And suddenly like the pills, they have some effect, the medication has the effect. So suddenly you feel more relaxed, you start pass more, and you can like focus on other things like having friends and stuff and like doing activities. And yeah, I don't know, like just like when I left the region for the university, again I was like meeting myself again and like understanding who I am and like what is my personality and what do I like to do and how do I like to I don't know, say or whatever. And it's a short journey. Like I don't know if you noticed, last year was horrible, and even like even through that, like I still managed to feel good finally. And maybe because I can more chill with like who I am, I have more like energy to draw again. And I guess I felt like I need to express that I also care about mine intimacy, or that I want to like share how I like go through intimacy. And I posted these pictures on Instagram and people really liked it and I was happy about it. And it like gave me courage to think about what I could do next. So I started doing these like small comics, and it's always on a different kind of topic. For example, I like draw a story about anxiety that I can get, or the attention that I'm like receiving now that I'm passing more. Like I don't know. I feel so. It's so like funny that you just enter, you just like get near to a house and the doors are already like open for you by some man, and it's like, okay, thank you, sure. Or like you're close to the crossing on the road and like the car stops stopping and like, okay, I'm going, sure, okay. Or like how do I feel about my boobs, stuff like that. Or how the doctors can make you feel very unsure if you should even start HRT. Or how I don't know how I felt during my breakup last year and stuff like that. So it's really like quick drawings, and I enjoy them. I don't know like if I'm gonna continue with them forever, but it's really nice to like kind of put myself out there in the drawing form. And I guess in the end I'm doing the same thing as with the fashion blog, right? Like again, like I guess I'm trying to show myself in the most like honest way. I don't think I don't think I was honest with my fashion blog. I think I was very delusional. Now I think I am trying to be honest, and I don't really care what it brings. It's just like it feels nice to like put it out there. And it's nice to have this like little thing, this hobby, because I never had like a specific hobby in my life. And now the hobby kind of became my work also, which is like illustrating. But yeah, I guess I like it, like it's nice. It's like brings me to place like this, and I can like talk to you. So I guess that's it. Like this is just how I kind of appreciate the brave kid that I was, who didn't mind doing a fashion blog, because now I can do these funky little comics. Thank you.
Well, we thank you.